And there I didn't even get it on the recording. There I started the recording. So, okay. Very good.
That's another setting you can do. Have it automatically record.
I had that set, Ben, but I turned it off while we chatted.
Yeah, I did too. And now let's talk about all that while we're recording. We didn't even say hi to the people who are watching this.
Yes. Hello, everybody. This is our leader call, right?
Oh, I was going to welcome them out. I forget this is not my call.
There's only a couple missing today. This is our leader call for November, and we're going to change our leader calls to the first Monday in every month, the first Monday, and it's still going to be at 11 o'clock Mountain Time, and until we're finishing. It tends to run a couple of hours or less. Okay. My goal today is to make it a little bit less. Then we've talked about Ben's training calls Tuesday nights after their wellness topic or wellness class, 7 p.m.
And we mentioned that they were really awesome.
They are incredibly awesome. That's why I put them in my newsletter, Ben.
Yes.
They are incredibly awesome. And then his leader calls, you have 3 options as you do his launch and participate in his incredible trainings. Tuesday nights at 7 p.m., Fridays at 3 p.m. And Ben, do you want to open up that premieres and above on Fridays at 1 p.m. or is that strictly for your team?
You know, we're not really exclusive. Like anybody who wants to come can come. Okay. It's just like all of our competitions. Anybody who wants to, even if you're not premier and above, if you think you are, that's okay too.
I love it. Thank you, Ben.
Seriously. Don't you guys think that's a good idea?
Mm-hmm.
If you think you're premier, come.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Regardless of whether you are or not.
If you want to be premier, come.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
So, and then we're going to, and you can find all that on benbaldwin.com/events.
Thank you. Yeah.
Ben is training
often enough, people will believe it.
And his meeting ID, so for these classes, for the Tuesday wellness classes, as well as the leadership or the builder calls, is his phone number now, 850-460-1214. So
operators are standing by to take your calls. I'm going to be inundated this week.
Yes, you are indeed. So there's Ben's phone number.
Can I get on your meeting?
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to share this with you. I'm going to share my screen here for just a second. These are the classes I posted, and obviously they're outdated already. Where's my, come on, screen share. Where did you go? Where did my screen share go? I can't even pull it up. So what's changed on my Zoom link, Benjamin? I can't pull up my screen share.
You can't pull up screen share? Are you signed in?
I am signed in.
Log out and log back in.
Okay.
Should be. I mean, I can share my screen for you.
Can you? But that won't help me. If I want to share what's on my laptop, that won't help me, right?
No, but the share button's available to me.
Interesting. Why do you have my button available?
I don't have your button. I'm not even logged in. I was testing. I logged out to test some things, and it still works.
Hang on a second. Well, I can't even leave the meeting, and I have nothing to choose from.
When you click on leave meeting, what does it say?
I can't even find leave meeting. It's not on here. I can turn off my computer.
Are you full screen?
I am not full screen.
When you go up to the top, meetings is start share, so that's Shift Command S.
Shift Command S as in Sam?
S as in Sam.
Oh, that worked. That worked, my friend. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
I don't know. Can you see my screen?
I can.
It didn't give me an option of what I was sharing, though.
It doesn't look as good as my screen, but you can see it.
I've given that up a long time ago.
Sorry, guys. I ate too much candy yesterday or something.
Okay. Okay. So the November classes. This is what went out in my newsletter on the 1st. Benjamin, the 1st of November, my newsletter went out. Can you give me a high five?
I will do more than that.
The 1st of November.
Yeah.
That was my goal. Yeah. I even made it a priority above getting to the post-convention tour on time. So it went out. So this is what went out in my newsletter, okay? So for my classes on my Zoom link, those of you that are teaching on Wednesday wellness classes for my group, I would really appreciate you using my Zoom link. Benjamin, that might get me, Benjamin, forgive me for calling you Benjamin.
That's okay. You can call me Benjamin. It's my name, actually.
It is your name. And I named it after you. So see, that's how great you are. But at any rate, I would prefer you to use my Zoom link because that's what I put in the newsletter. Okay. So I've got this week, the Empowered Life. Now, did that change? I didn't even see the change of date to next week. Did somebody see that?
I think Marie was saying that the topic changed.
I think Marie said it changed to next week on the 13th and 14th. And this is what went out on the 1st, and I didn't find that out until just over the weekend. So I'll double check that, but that if they go to that link for registration, it still should take them to the registration link for November, and then they can see the dates have changed. So then we've got Sarah Klim teaching on November 14th, managing anxiety during the holidays. On November 21st, which is our day before Thanksgiving, Harlan Burwald is going to teach Supplements Explained, Daily Vitality. And then on the last week of November, I will teach the Oils of the Bible class. Dia, you had your hand raised.
Yes. Do you have Facebook events? So for people that aren't on Creating a Healer in Every Home, that we can all of us can invite people via the Facebook event, or their Facebook events created? Okay.
So he's going to post on my Nurturing Instincts business page for now, as I morph into DebbieGordon.com or whatever. Tay is going to post on nurturinginstincts.com these classes so that you can then go to there and share it from that page. Okay. However, let me just share with you something. As Tay has changed from sharing doTERRA's corporate postings on Facebook to uploading the visual and copying and pasting or rewording it for my page, and we've had a heck of a lot more viewership. So anytime you share something with the Facebook logarithms is messing up how many people actually see it. So no, that's what I've changed to on Creating a Healer on every home and Promoting a Healer on every home. I'm not doing a lot of shares anymore. I'm sharing the information independently, which is a little more work, obviously, but my viewership has gone up significantly. So, and my viewership is not where I want it yet, but it's gone up. Okay.
But yeah, but what I was saying is, if there's a Facebook event, like if I have somebody, like if I just go through my events on Facebook and I wanted to share with somebody that I just met, who I'm not even friends with or whatever, but if I have the event and if it's a public event, I should be able to share the link, which would have the Zoom link and all the information about the class.
You could copy and paste that off of Creating or Promoting a Healer in Every Home, or you can share it from my business page, Nurturing Instincts, on Facebook. Okay.
I guess she was asking if you have Facebook events made up for these.
Tay was going so if they're not posted yet, she'll get it up today.
So there will be ones on Facebook that I can just share, or I have to go through your Nurturing Instincts. That's what I'm confused on.
That is correct. You won't be able to share it from a group.
Okay.
You can share it from a business page, but you cannot share it from a group. So that's
which is fine. And where I would be going is I would just be going to the not from the Facebook group. I would just be going to events, because those because it would still be an event showing up if I'm attending.
Yeah. And you could grab the link from there.
Okay, but there will still be an event set up on Facebook.
Yes, on the Facebook.
Okay.
Page. Okay.
All right.
And that'll be on Nurturing Instincts instead of DebbieGordon.com Facebook page?
We're working, Ben, on the Debbie Gordon thing. I haven't done anything with it.
Yep, that's okay.
We're starting with what we've got up now, and then I'll work on that. Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm just going to be a month of Sundays behind you, my friend.
You're all good.
Yeah. So, okay. So, and then I've got these builder calls every Friday morning at 8:30. I mentioned that. I have Mountain Daylight Time, but now it's Mountain Time. Okay. Didn't think about that when I sent my newsletter. Then on the weekly wellness classes, these are Ben and Jade's classes. Okay, and there's their old Zoom link. So be sure and correct that in your own calendar to his phone number.
Or just go to our website.
Or just go to his website and just hit enter Zoom. I'm doing that on my website as well. So, and then here's your business launches. And Benjamin, did I give this the right launch here?
Yeah, it's all good.
Baldwin.com/L for the business launch.
Yep, that's right.
And then the lessons launch. Okay, so that's what went out on my newsletter on Thursday. Okay, for those classes. If you have other classes that you're doing that you would like to increase your viewership or your attendance, or you're okay to share with the whole team, I would love to include it in my newsletter. Okay.
Okay, and when do we need to have those to you by?
The last week of the month.
Okay.
Okay. Not the last day of the month. Let me rephrase that. I am working to get my newsletters out on the 1st of the month.
Okay.
And so if any of you are not receiving them and you want to be receiving them, let me know. I believe all of you, except for Ben and Jade, I don't send it to your group unless they specifically ask me for it to be added.
Okay, good, because they honestly get a lot of stuff.
Yeah, so I don't send it to your group at all. There's probably just a slight handful of people that said, I want your newsletter. And so we added them individually. Okay.
So I'm going to search for them.
Who those are. So, all right. So now let's go back to oil count for just a minute. And I know Ben and Jade, you aren't involved in that. However, the rest of you are. And let me tell you what we've done. Okay, we made it a social learning page. Some of you are aware of that, but you couldn't find it because we put in the title, Your Natural Wellness Solutions. That is now changed. It is now called Oil Camp. Okay, so you'll be able to search for it with Oil Camp. And so at the top of the page, it has click on units. So there's no more confusion there on what they should do when they get to that page. If they read. Sometimes I read, sometimes I don't. And so just guide them on that. We've had very little participation, so I want to really increase that. So get your new people on there as soon as possible. They can go through it at will, at lib, as soon as they click on each module and finish it. Then when they complete the whole oil camp, then you as the enroller are responsible to gift them something. Okay, so you're going to be tracking them. You're going to be inviting them on that page. You're going to be gifting them a free oil that you've pre-arranged or pre-discussed. Make sense?
Yeah. Debbie, question on that. How do we know, or can we just check with you to see, like, if I've added somebody and see where they're at, you know, do I just check in with you? Because I don't know how to verify where they're at.
Figure that out. I had Tay finally send me a report. I could not figure it out, and the report was minimal. We had very little participation. We had, Dia, you finished 4 modules, but you were the one that had finished them. But the people we invited on there was only one person, and I can't tell you who now, that finished one at module 1 and 2.
I wonder if there is some kind of like video or something that we could pin at the top and just, like, I don't know, just.
Hey, Tay was looking for that because I did that a long time ago. Yeah. And I did a live Facebook from that page. And so she was trying to find it, and if she can't find it, I'll redo it. That'll happen this week.
Okay, because I think maybe something that just is like, hey, gives them just a quick like snapshot of this is what this is, and tells them right up front, reminds them, you complete this, you'll get, you know, they'll get their free oil. Just contact the person who invited you to the group, you know.
Yeah,
and I'll try to reach out to all the people that I've invited, and it's just different, and I'm not sure how we engage people in the same way because it's kind of they're going at their own pace, you know, and they just forget about it. People are busy.
So Ben, can you feed in on here?
Yeah, you know, I think you just need to get in and, you know, meet people where they are. If people look at their emails, maybe send out an email series or send out emails to engage people, or texts. How many people do you have participating in Oil Camp?
Right now, would you say there's probably 14, Dana and Dia and I?
Okay, that's really easy to email everybody all the information. So daily emails, it's kind of like we do for the cleanse, you know? Okay, this is what we're doing here. And here's a link to the Facebook post or whatever. Or the link to the video.
Ben, tell me what's involved in that.
Just
What might I include in that email? So you're talking an email campaign, right? For oil count.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Just reminding them about the fact that it's there, and they see they have something to be like, hey, you know, this is something. Once you know, I don't know, they're already started with doTERRA. They've probably had, you know, a couple interactions with whoever's enrolled them, and you know, just something to just try to get them engaged and remind them, give them the link, give them, you know, I don't know, some kind of tidbits of information. I think would be just another realm of, because some people just aren't Facebook people, you know, either.
Correct.
So
Correct.
Go back to the purpose of the campaign. You're just trying to teach people how to use their oils, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Yep.
This isn't about
And
finding new
really
people.
focus on the basic 10.
Yeah.
This is just empowering people to know how to use what they have, you know, with what they've enrolled with, or, you know, or also introducing them to the other oils if they didn't, you know, enroll with the top 10.
Awesome. So you just need to get that information dripped out to them in whatever form works. I've recently been experimenting with a Facebook Messenger broadcast, where everybody who subscribes to that broadcast, they get reminders of our online meetings. And so I think sometimes people respond to those just like they do with text. They're like, okay, someone sent me a message.
I was going to ask you how you did that, because honestly, that was brilliant. I loved getting those messages from you, and then I could quickly click the link, and then I hopped on your call. I love that feature.
I inspire love. See all the love I bring into the world?
Thank you for joining us.
No, I'm just experimenting with it, but I'll share with you. I use ManyChat. I don't pay for anything. I don't know if there's going to be a cost. I have 22 people who opted in.
Ben, can I stop my share and you do your share?
Sure. Let me do it.
Now my share is showing up, Ben.
Well, you know, I just have to
You just have to be on my calls.
be on the call. Yeah. It makes it happen. You guys get the feeling that I'm conceited? Okay. So ManyChat is what I use. And guys, I'm just experimenting with this. We've been using it for the last few weeks with just to remind people to get on the business calls. Anybody who it's connected to my Facebook page. So Ben Baldwin, and the name of my Facebook page is Live a Happier, Fuller Life. It's just like a command statement. So when you click on it, there's a message conversation between you and them. And I'll show you. It's similar to Tony Robbins. Him and I are on like messaging basis. He's sending me stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, Tony, that's the stuff. That's the stuff. So similar to that kind of marketing. So I just figured it out and went into ManyChat. I don't know what Tony uses, you know.
So we can find this on Facebook, Ben?
Where do
we get to ManyChat?
Oh, I'll show you. ManyChat.com. Bam!
and it links to your Facebook Messenger.
I just went in and set up an account and linked it to my page. Let's see, where's my page? There we go. So this is my Facebook page. It's not a group. I have a group that's associated with this page. And if you haven't liked it, I just put a plugin for the page. I've got 256 likes. That means people are liking it, people. If you haven't liked it. So that's a side plug. So this is what I did. I put together a link so that anybody who clicks on this link, where's the link? I don't know where it is. So it's somewhere in there, and it's amazing. When you see it, you're like, wow, that's amazing. So I have a link there that lets people, oh wait, I think it's right there. There we go. So I just give people this link. I say, hey, if you guys want to be reminded about, you know, our meeting calls, click on this link. They click on the link and it messages them. See, welcome. Thank you for subscribing. See your meeting schedules. And I just realized that I need to go in and update that. So
can you put that click to subscribe link like in a post on your page? Is that what you did? Or did you text that to everybody?
Yeah, you can put it in a post.
So Debbie, you could do something like that on both, you know, creating a healer in every home and promoting a healer.
Yep.
And then just reminding classes and the classes that are happening when they're and can you pre-set them to schedule them to be like, okay, so that way
images, you can add videos or links, you know, and buttons at the bottom.
Yeah, we could add like something where it does like a reminder, like, you know, and it sets it up automatically to remind like 2 hours before the classes happen or whatever, you know, however long before, so that people are like, oh, that's right. What?
Ben, what do you set that up for? Because I like a reminder like 15 minutes before too. A couple hours before, 15 minutes before. I need all the reminders I can get.
Yeah, yeah. You're like, oh, that's
and then
right.
You have
yeah.
18 reminders and your watch or your phone's going off all the time. You're like, ah. And none of it works. That's what happens. So what were you saying? What do I set it up for?
What do you set it for?
I don't. I get on the call and I'll send out a reminder. Hey, everybody, get on the call. I have used I've already sent out 18 messages. I have used the feature and I have, well, why don't we set one up right now together?
Let's do it.
Okay. Hey guys. I know they're girls mostly, but I'll say guys anyways. Join our team meeting. Starting in 5 minutes. And then I'll add a button here. And I'll grab, where's my new link? That's a nice one. Button, join here. And then I'll just put a website here. Copy the link there, paste it here, done. And then we'll go to next, and we'll say it's a subscription broadcast, so it's just going to go out to everybody. Schedule for later, and I'll put the time in tomorrow night. What time did I say our meetings were? See, I have to look it up now.
7 p.m. Mountain Time is what you said.
Yeah.
So
that's going to be, oh, now I have to convert it to like, you know, military time. So it's 8 p.m. for us, so 20. Yeah. So, but I want to do it 5 minutes before. So there we go. All right, that looks good. Send it all at the same time. Got 20 users. Schedule message. Bam. And then that'll just go out, and all the world would be just a much more happier place. I've solved it. World hunger.
Live happier, fuller lives, see?
The cure for cancer right there is Facebook Messenger, so it was all there.
Do you have any way of doing that with Instagram or anything?
You know what? If you use Hootsuite, Hootsuite does that. You can even get stuff like pre-made content from doTERRA with, what do they call it? The doTERRA's content?
Amplify?
Amplify. Yeah. I spoke to the Amplify person at Leadership Retreat, and I said, they're just a bunch of pictures of bottles. You have any people? So they're creating some new stuff, but yeah, Hootsuite works with Amplify, and you can schedule posts like that, and it can post to Facebook. Guys, I find that if I don't know, Facebook seems to know whether you're actually engaged and you're at your computer. If you're scheduling stuff, if you're reposting stuff, or if you're just not really creating meaningful content, Facebook will find out. So, if you're trying to get away from the work and, you know, get away from actually talking to people, Facebook will find out and they'll stop pushing your stuff because people aren't interested in that. So they can create, you know, original content that, you know, connects to people and everything. I do schedule some things because, you know, I'll forget, but a lot of stuff I'll just go on there and I have a reminder somewhere else that says, share some love today, Benjamin. And I get on there and share some love. That's it. That's my spiel. I don't know if that'll work. There's a lot of ways you can interact with your audience for your for Oil Camp. You know, Jade and I should get involved in that. It's just there's so many things going on, so
Indeed.
we haven't participated.
Well, here's my question, Ben. You were the one that introduced us to the social learning page or social learning group idea. Okay.
Yeah.
Are
And I
you
got
still
someone
using that for your launch?
Yes, we did have a separate Facebook group for the launch, but now we've just moved it to our Facebook group. So we're using it, and we should probably incorporate this for our share, because I think most teams in doTERRA have two groups, one for builders and one for sharers.
Yeah.
I've kind of found that that's pretty much constant through, you know, all the time. Anybody who is, you know, a leader in doTERRA.
Yeah.
Have a group for sharers and group for builders, because the sharers, group for users and a group for sharers, right?
Right.
Because the users don't necessarily want to hear all this business stuff.
That's correct.
You can get your builders to join your users page, so they'll get both. So we just are putting all the content in there. So the launch stuff. Would you like to see?
Yeah. Go ahead and share.
That? Okay, it's not all there. I can go back to. I used to be like, should I share my Facebook stuff? People will see like what I am like. So this is our sharers group, and then we have units on the side, and you can actually get it so when people open the group, they'll get right to the unit. So here's the units that we have. I've put a unit together for each of the lessons in the launch. It's basically the launch guide, guys.
Mm-hmm.
This is page 13 of the launch guide. You can see that there's still some stuff either we've scheduled for it to go out, or we just post a little bit at a time. So people can get in there and they can say, okay, let's go see the units I haven't completed yet. Like
Okay, so I could do that on creating a healer.
Read all this, and I can say I'm done, and then that'll put a little tick mark past that. You could do this for your oil camp, and as people go through and they've seen all the content, they just click on I'm done on all these things. So I don't have anything beyond that. You can see we're not completely up to date as well. And once everything's done, it'll say like, you're done. There we go. 4 out of 4 units completed.
Okay.
So, and honestly, I was just thinking, and I know Jade's on the call. I think she is. We can do this for our users as well.
Yeah, she's still there.
Yeah, I'm here.
This might be an amazing thing to do for our users. You know, we could say, okay, this is a wellness, maximize your membership, or whatever. We can put our content or videos and everything. And then all of our new members could go on here and they could go through all of those lessons that you've put on there. And once they've completed everything, there's some way in here that you're able to see that people have completed stuff. Let's see if we can find that out. Let's go back to shares and units. There's some way that you can see who has completed all of the training. I don't know how to see it.
Yeah, I worked on it and then had Tay finally figure it out, and she sent me a report, but it took us a while to figure out how to do that.
Yeah, you can go in. You're supposed to be able to go in there and see who's completed what lessons and stuff.
There's a group insights button. I don't know if it's in that.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, okay. I wonder if we can see the members. These are all the units, completions. Maybe we can download this completions. Sorry, am I scrolling too fast for you guys? They're preparing the download, and it will be. It's ready for download. Hey, let's download it. That's quick. I have no idea what it was called.
There it is. It's on the bottom left of your screen.
Oh, see, you are so smart. It's a spreadsheet. So, okay, all right, open it up now. Okay, I can see that Ben Balden has done a lot of the units, and so has Jade.
It's only still showing your Facebook page. It's not showing us the.
I know it's secret
Okay.
information. Just kidding. It's boring.
Okay.
It's just a simple spreadsheet, but it has a. You know, you could easily convert that to something useful where you can keep track of, see if those people have completed everything. So
That would be really handy because like right now how it's set up for Oil Camp is it's post and then a moderator or like somebody goes in after and actually like tallies up who has completed things and then fills it in on a spreadsheet. Like if this has the analytics of it all and you can just download it, then
there's a spreadsheet. You can see Lisa's done 100% of this one and 30% of lesson 1. So we've got to kind of go in there and put some more content up. But like Debbie, I have a big to-do list.
Yeah. So advantages of putting it right on creating a healer in every home or having its own pages, team. Obviously, we still have to make the connection.
Well, here's what I see as your advantages if you choose to do that. Number one, it gets them introduced to the team, and it gets them introduced to the Facebook group, and that's where your community is. And I find that's actually a better resource for people than sometimes going to Modern Essentials or whatever. Mm-hmm. So your big goal is to help people adopt a natural solution lifestyle, and that will definitely help you toward that goal. Because if people are, isolated and the only way you're contacting them is through email, that would be limited. You could still do limit emails. I mean, you only have 14 people in your oil camp, so you could say, here's
right now this month.
Here's the post. Go to this post, and it'll be the same post all the time.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And you can give a prize for whoever completes it this month or whatever, and you can keep track of. You can go in there and see. I guess there must be some other way of organizing that data, but seeing what people are completing and stuff.
So Debbie, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So when we had Oil Camp before in our other format, did we have more people actually completing the process? And did we have more people completing it?
Yes, it felt like we did. And
okay.
We had a lot more interaction. And I think it's just, there's been a transition here where you guys couldn't even find the page. So we changed the name of it back to Oil Camp.
Yeah.
And so I think that was a bit of a confusion.
Yeah, well, and I think it's just the interaction, which is what I was saying, that I think still needs to be there somehow. And whether that's, maybe we do need to go through and just kind of update and tweak some stuff so that people are actually posting videos. Like part of what they do is being interactive, and then, and I know leaving it open to kind of whenever, but that's kind of like, you know what I mean? When you leave it open, it's just like, well, they may never I'll get to that someday, Mm-hmm. And I'm wondering if we still need to try to have something like, if you complete it by this time, this is where you get the oil for free, whatever it is that you agree upon. I just think there needs to be the incentive, maybe some timeline for completion. And if we still, I like the fact that they can join whenever, and that's nice, because then it's just, we don't have to wait for a new oil camp to start. I don't know, we could get other people's feedback on that, on what they think, but but I was thinking just something for the interaction piece within built in. And that whether that's like posting and us, you know, us being kind of involved, because that's how we got people to interact a little bit more. So I don't know, just some thoughts.
Those are really good points, Dia.
You know, you can do it all with the units, and the units will do the tracking, because I think that's what your time drain was last time, was tracking and all that. And then you can spend all your time on interacting with people and commenting and everything. And just there'll be a little bit of an education component, educating people on the new way of doing things. So you have to stick with it for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be there already for anybody else who joins up afterward.
Okay. Any other thoughts?
And you can also you know, couple this with your emails and that message thing. All that can be, that's all about just, you know, pulling people back. Just reminding people about it, because like it says, like, people don't go on there. If you guys think that people go to your group page, they don't. They usually see stuff that shows up in their newsfeed, because more likely than not, people are just going to their newsfeed and they're scrolling. They've got that scroll. I find myself doing that. I'm like, I'm scrolling again.
Unless you're actively participating, like I go because I'm like want to see what you know, be in the know, but not everybody is that way. And I think having another way to reach people with that information, or just reminding them that it's there with an easy, quick way to link into it. You know, because I think just the ease of being able to click, just like with what Ben has on his you know, like the reminders, it's like, oh, that's right, I did want to check that out. And I think a lot of people just honestly just forget. I mean, I know sometimes I do, and I realize I was like, oh wait, I wanted to do that, and I got, you know, involved in making dinner or dealing with kids and forgot to, you know, get on.
I guess my question is, if you have it set up with units, like I know in our oil group, people love the conversation that keeps on happening between the people and the relationships that are being built.
And that's still there in the units.
Yeah, and that's still there. And the thing with it out being units is if one person comments on post number 2 and one person comments on post number 16, you know, later the fact, it bumps it up to the top, right? And everything's not in order of the posts. Would the units keep it in order, or does it still?
That's the cool thing about units, because your discussion tab, it has where you're saying, you know, everything's bumped up, but the unit keeps it all in order, makes things easy to find.
That's nice.
Like on this one, you know, there's a thing I pinned up here about the team meetings, and then everything else is just part of you know, the conversation. If someone comments on something way down here, you're right, it bumps it up to the top, and sometimes it's impossible for people to find things. But the units, it's all in order. It's right there. So that's one good thing.
I like that feature.
Yeah.
Ben, can you have more than one training on your page at once? Like right now, this is your launch units. Could I do oil camp and some other training on there? I don't know that I would reinvent the launch. I think you've done a fabulous job.
No, you should do it your own flavor. That's fine. It's not reinventing it. I mean, I just took the stuff from doTERRA and filled in the gaps. It's like what Justin Harrison was saying. The launch is all the basics, but you know, you've got to kind of fill in the gaps. You got to put in your own icing. They only have one page for how to teach an intro class. That's not enough, really. But that's a tool for you to use and have that conversation with people. So it would be awesome for it, because you have a users group and a sharers group as well. So if you did one of these a week, you know, after a little while, you'll have all the content you need to train new builders. And you'll have your own kind of launch going here. And you can tell new builders, hey, join my sharers group and go through all the lessons that are posted up there. And once you've done that, that will prepare you for doing the business. So it's just like taking all the launch elements that I had on that webpage and just putting it right here. And those people who are not on Facebook, they'll need to join Facebook if they want to work with you in building doTERRA. That'll be one of the requirements, because that's how you're set up. So your question was, can I do more than one launch thing?
One training through units.
And you're creating units. You can create, like, I've split this into 12 units because there's different lessons, but I could have put all of this in one unit and then create a separate unit for a different, series. I wouldn't do essential oils on here because this group has a specific purpose. It's about the business.
Yeah.
If I want to talk about oils, I'll go to the users group, because everybody who is in this group should also be in the users group. But I've got to be true to the purpose of this group. And so this is just business. The other one's just oils.
So in my oil camp right now, what we were doing with our oil camp beforehand was we led them right into a maximizing your membership and on into sharing. And so that's where I could go and then move them on into the builder page with the launch. So I could add more units for that.
Yeah, if they choose to like become a builder, because not everybody is. 80% of people won't. We can't get sad because not everybody does, because that's fighting against statistics. But yeah, you can have you're creating a healer in every home with your units. Oh, you don't have it set up yet.
No, I don't.
And have that would be all of your lifestyle overview stuff. Like, this is how you set up LRP. This is how you use lemon. This is what you do for sleep. And you could have all those things in there. You could have a unit about your membership, and it would be LRP. It would be promotions. It would be all those sorts of things. You could have a unit on oils. And I really think that it's more helpful to people, instead of going from product and talking about what that product helps with, it's more helpful for people to talk about their need. You're having problems with sleep. Well, here are 6 different options that you can consider. That seems to me to connect with people better. Gia, you're muted.
I just had a thought, Debbie, and then I don't know if this is something you'd want to do, but if you added oil camp to, I don't know if that would be to, adding it to the same thing, but adding it to creating a healer in every home.
That's what we're talking about.
Okay, under the units, because I'm wondering, because obviously you have the people that are going to be interacting that we add to creating a healer in every home. That way we don't have to add them to like 2 different things. This is just like the one place that they go. But still, when you click on units, if it still has the same information where it's like
you can have a unit called oil camp.
Yeah, where it's basically maybe that area is called, it's still called oil camp, and so we can just reference it. And I wonder if, and if we included stuff for them to interact, like as part of what they're doing as they go through those units and they post something, they might get more interaction just from the group as a whole, because it would show up in the feed. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that would naturally create more just interaction amongst not just us that are adding people to oil camp, to everyone who's in creating a healer in every home. I don't know. What are your I don't know what your guys' thoughts are on that.
If I do like unit 1 is oil camp and have unit 1.1, unit 1.2, unit 1.3, could I do that? And then have unit 2 like lifestyle overview, unit 1.1.
It appears that there's only one level of units, and so you would have if you're considering doing a few series, I would say unit 1 would be oil camp. Unit 2 would be like membership, or unit 3 might be promotions, or unit 4 might be the cleanse. So all the information's there for everybody in that group.
Right.
So the people who are new, the people who are old, and for those people who are actively participating in Oil Camp, add them to an email or a text group. So you can say, hey guys, I just posted this in the group, here it is. You can share, can you? Can you share, if I go in here. I'm pretty sure I can share this URL in a text, and it'll only come up with those people who are in the group. Let me open that in another tab to see. Test my theory. See, I'm always fiddling. Yeah.
Did you put it,
Beautiful. Yeah, it works.
and it worked?
Yeah, I tried it in another browser, so I can just copy and paste. This is the post URL, and you can put that in an email or in a messenger to someone, or even in a text. That's something I haven't done yet, is, you know, text campaigns.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a pretty long link to give to someone, so you would have to shorten it. You guys know how to shorten links?
No, show me.
Okay, I use Bitly. Google did have a link shortener, so it's just bitlinks, Bitly, and if I put together, like here, bit.ly.fl/att, you can actually creatively put some of those together. So this is the link I just copied. So that would be the short link that you can put somewhere. You just copy that, and then you can post that into something like this, and then that brings up that post.
Wow.
But that would be silly, so we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
I hope that's not too much information. If your brain's
I'm
buzzing.
loving this.
Okay, good. See, I inspire love.
Okay. Beautiful.
So that's how I would do it if I were you. I would create your oil camp within creating a healing home, and maybe create your launch and training material in, you know, promoting a healer in every home, you know, and just have one unit for that series, for each series. And then every time you post something that kind of relates to that series, you can just go to that post.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you. So are you all in accord if I just put Oil Camp on creating a healer in every home? Now understand there's going to be a transition period. This takes time.
It'll take time to, like, educate people. Definitely.
And it'll take time to transfer information.
Well, and you could probably just keep the Oil Camp as is, and we can just still keep, you know, and we can kind of learn from it and see what, you know, feedback that we get from people that go through it.
Yeah, if you've already started your campaign, have you guys already started?
Oh yeah, the Oil Camp set up. All the units are set up on Oil Camp page now. Let me
Don't mix things up. Keep things as they are. One problem that you might have with posting everything inside your groups, you've got a closed group, and so any of that stuff won't be shared with people outside. So here's our workaround that Jade and I do, is that if we have content that we want people to share, like anytime we post something like about promotions or about something that's shareable, we'll post it first on our page, or business page, and then we'll share it to the group. So if anybody wants to share it on, they can just go to the original post and share it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
So here's
And that way, people that are new to your doTERRA team, they don't have to join 3 or 4 different groups.
Right.
It's just 2 groups. It keeps it simple.
Yeah. Very good. So there's all the units on Oil Camp. And we do have their membership perks after you get through all the oils. Anyway, so
So you could just have it be under units that at the oil camp is all unit 1, and then maximizing your membership would be unit 2, and then, you know, whatever, you know, comes next after that.
yeah.
Can I have a suggestion to save time?
Yes.
Since you're in there and you're posting stuff to that oil camp, I would just post it also to creating a healer in every home, but schedule it for next month.
Good point.
So you don't have to go on. I mean, you're already there in posting mood. You can just post it in two places, and then it'll just show up next month, and you can add it to your oil camp within creating a healer in every home.
Okay, very good. All right, thank you. That was a great working of the minds here. Yeah.
See? You scare away all those demons.
Okay, let's talk for a moment on let me find you again. Let's talk for a moment on, or a little bit, on preparing for an upcoming BOGO month. We don't know, but we assume if Europe had a BOGO month in October, that they'll do a BOGO month for us. What's your thoughts on that?
I think it's a great idea. I think we should be prepared.
Ben and Jade, is there anything you do to prepare for a BOGO month?
You know, I think with the Black Friday, they're going to do something like BOGO. So I'm pretty confident that you're on the ball there. We have just team leaders that we expect them to take care of their own teams. So yeah, most of the time we don't even get involved. We just text around. I said, hey, do you want to join our BOGO relay? They know what we're talking about. And we just get our own. So last BOGO, I think we must have did maybe 10 to 15,000. And it was just our local leaders. I mean, everyone had their own local teams and they already knew what to do. Yeah, so everybody buys 5 and then they get together and then we just kind of split it. And then, because Ben did all the math for them, so they know that A gets this much and B has to pay A that much. And so they just done, and without any of the complications. We see people calculating taxes, and it seems more complicated than it has to be. So, yeah. And in Australia, I told my sister to tell my mom, and it was just she's calling around and saying, "Hey, you want something? If you're not going to buy on your account, can I buy on your account?" And they're like, "Well, what is this? I want to buy." And you know, I got them to feel the is it FOMO?
Yeah,
missing out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nothing really big for our team. I think people just know to do it, and they've got their teams really set already for the last few times.
So what we did our part. It doesn't seem like a lot of effort. I think a lot of people just spend a lot of effort. We get the word out. So we send out an email, we text people, we call all of our leaders. So we do spend a lot of time getting the word out and letting people know about the promotions. You know, we do some on Facebook. And this last time, I think we did a video every day.
Yeah.
Telling people, you know, what the benefits of those 2 products of the day are. And we get people excited. And that's how we prepare. It's not, I don't know, maybe there's a better way to do it. I see other teams that they like spend a lot of time.
And people buying things for people too. And I think we don't want to start that stress, because I know one girl, she started buying lots of products and delivering and stuff, and then she burned out the second time we did BOGO. So we didn't want people to follow after her. And but the rest of the people, we just kind of like pick your 5 and just kind of limit it at that. And then if you have more people, then ask them to create their own group. Yeah. So
we just tell people what the benefits of the groups are, the BOGO group. And we put together a spreadsheet so people can easily calculate it.
somebody had a question.
I was just going to tell you if you're interested in what I've done.
Yeah.
So I have been the one buying just because usually like near the end of the month, I'm like could be very close to a rank at some point. So I like to strategically place the volume, and I don't know if I can I share my screen? Oh yeah, I can. Can I share something? So this is just a template that I've made, or my husband helped me make. And so I just changed the dates in here, but these are like my top leaders for each leg. And then it's I usually record the overall volume for each of the builders the day before the BOGO starts, because this gets like everybody really excited to see their growth, and that they know that I'm tracking it. And so then I don't know how he did it, but Tyler set up like a percentage to see how much, percentage they grew. My goal is like for their rank. So say for Jesse is 5,000 OB, and then it shows how much they have to go. So just for example, like looking at November's, so then I've got them all saved down here at the bottom for each month, which is kind of nice to see. And then so I can see like, okay, Jesse started at 4,900, and then the next day was up at 5,800, 63, 72, 8,000, 9,000. She went up 181%, and she, was way above her goal. And it was just really fun, like to share those stats every day. Like my team went crazy over it. Debbie was part of it over Facebook Messenger. I didn't share everybody's detailed stats every single day. I gave it to them individually, but I told them what my OV went up each time. And then at the bottom, it was kind of nice too, is that I recorded what the BOGO was and the dollar value that, or the OV value that it brought in each day. So that was one of the charts. And then the other one for keeping track of everybody, of who I purchased for. Oh, that's really big. Let me try to make it smaller. Let me see. I'm not sure how to make it smaller.
Are you on a PC or a Mac? You're on a PC. It's control negative.
Okay, thank you. So then, I would, have like the day, what it was, amount ordered on which account I ordered it on, and did they pay me, like they all had to e-transfer me that day. And so then I would keep track of it. And then every single day, if I had people from my group that wanted to purchase something from me, I would have a paper bag and write their name on the paper bag and what they ordered, and I kept them in a stack. And then as soon as the orders came in, I plunked their oils in the paper bag, and I had a oil pickup night that everyone came to. So like with the systems in place, it wasn't too crazy. I still did have some people not show up for the oil pickup night, but I drove to the city for groceries one night and told them what parking lot I'd be in, and I was an oil dealer that night. So I'm more than willing to share the charts if anybody wants to be doing that on your team, if the charts are helpful, because I don't really know how to recreate them for you individually, but you can change them up and use them if anybody wants them.
I like those especially keeping track of people's volumes, because some people don't know how to do that, and that gets people excited. Let me share with you the chart that I was talking about. So it's at jadebalden.com/BOGO. There's the video explaining how to use the chart. And this is what we calculated last time. The BOGO team, it cost $166, and they got up to $406 worth of products free. And there's the spreadsheet. All we did is every day we gave this to all of our team members and said, okay, you just need to come up with 5 people. And so those 5 people, you just put in what products are for that day, what the total spend was, and then it automatically calculates who gives and who receives. And so at the end, and then it also calculates what products this. So at the end, say, okay, Jade needs to give me $2.25, $2.15, and I need to give her spearmint, lime, tangerine, Terra Shield, or this is the products I need. So they, like everybody, like Jade would bring all the serenity and the lavender, and then when she comes to my place, I would give her these products because she has serenity and lavender. So there's a spreadsheet to do it. So I think we're just on our team it's pretty big. So we're just trying to teach people to do it themselves. So they get on there and they say, if I could just put together a 5-person BOGO relay team, those 5 people, we would say, okay, you're going to take Wednesday, you're going to be Thursday, and you're going to be Friday. So everybody agrees to buy 5 of that product on that day. This is how much each of those costs, and then this is how much they either have to give a little bit more or they receive some money from the rest of everybody. So someone, the organizer, would collect all the gives and give out the receive money. They collect out all the products and then pass out the products that those people didn't have. So that creates a bunch of relay teams. And you have to tell people the benefits of doing that. If everybody just bought the 2 products on each day, they're not getting points for it. Because it's usually not over 50 PV. You have to purchase over 50 PV to get points. The shipping, if it's a LRP, people are going to get those shipping points back. So that's not that big of an issue. The tax and everything, we just throw that in and say, just tell me how much you spent at the end. And so I think some people are getting really complicated and calculating all the tax. Just keep it simple. So I said, how much did you spend? Go buy 5 of these. And I know how much they spent because I logged in on that day and I found out how much that cart would be. Give or take, I think everybody does pretty much the same kind of shipping. So maybe they donated $1 to Healing Hands because they already have that box ticked. So there's a video that explains how to do it, but there's a lot of benefits of, first of all, it's fun, it saves shipping, and you qualify for the LRP points, which are the big benefits. So that's our plan for BOGO. If they have it, we'll just do the same thing that we did before. Just make sure we get the word out and educate people on how to get the most bang for their buck. I like what Sarah's doing. And we should probably think of involving our leaders in kind of let's have a contest. Let's track your stats and everything. Honestly, I don't think that we could go out there and buy all that volume under the places that we need it. It's better if, I guess, people are buying their own things. But if there are people that are not buying BOGO and we need some other people on the team, this is what we do. We just say, hey guys, I have someone that is either not going to do BOGO or just needs a team, and we find a team for them. Is that kind of explain it, Jade? Yeah. I don't know. Casey Vaudry, she says she doesn't really like BOGO. It creates people get a lot of volume, but it's not real volume. What we really need to do is help people adopt a natural solution lifestyle. If people are buying products and they don't know how to use it,
I think one positive thing about BOGO is it forces the team leaders to go out there and connect to their team. That's what I've seen. Some people that are kind of shy and they know they have to go out and say hi to their people that they've enrolled. I don't know why they wouldn't, but sometimes they just do. And so they're forced to go out there. And so I had a girl that I contacted because she's local, and I said, hey, do you have your BOGO team put together? I was going to ask her to join our team. And then I'm just asking one question at a time in the text. And she's like, oh yeah, I'm calling everyone. I'll get back to you. And I thought, oh, okay, I was gonna say join our group, but it looks like she's going out there. And then she texted me back and she's like, I got 4 people. And I'm like, yay. And then I'm like, I can be the 5th if you need me to. And then, you know, Monday morning she was like, no, we don't need you to be the 5th. I found another one. So I'm like, wow, yay. She's gone out there and reached out. So it's so cool. I think that was one of the benefits I felt.
Very good. So it is really simple to create a geographical BOGO team to where you don't really have to ship off product anymore. You just meet in the parking lot or meet at somebody's house and exchange products like Ben shared. So thoughts.
And we also want to help people like that interaction, that people taking leadership and everything, that really does help
Sure
get
does.
people involved and committed, and you know, a little bit connected and stuff. So, and we don't have to do a lot of work. We just have to get the word out and train people what the idea is.
Yep.
What about giving like prizes for people who like participate every day? Have you guys done anything like that?
We have in the past. I don't know. Anybody else? Has anybody else done something like that?
Megan Winfrey on Casey's team does that, and she has a remarkable, I mean, we're talking a $40,000 increase on her team during BOGO week. She has a remarkable participation.
Sounds like a good idea.
Last couple years, yeah. So,
But if you're going with the team kind of aspect, right, like Ben and Jade do, aren't you kind of committed to going every day anyway? Wouldn't that be like redundant, Ben?
Yeah, but I don't know, an added incentive. I guess the idea of the other person is, you know, they are personally buying something every month. So I don't know, can they go into a draw or something? How would you do that?
I see where Harlan's coming from, because there's a lot of hype already. Do you want to add to that, you know, and make it a little bit too complicated? I get that.
Yeah, there is a danger of getting things too complicated.
I would spread it out so you spread the excitement out over the other months.
good point. Good point.
It is exciting enough, right? BOGOs, it's like, oh, what's going to be tomorrow? Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think the message needs to be simple from a marketing standpoint. The fact that someone's, you know, having a lot of success from it, you know, doing something right, you can go look at how they did that.
The one thing we did this last BOGO, we scheduled a class, and we were guesstimating how fast everybody's product would come in, where we did a swap night, and then we had a class. And so I did, I think I did the top 10 uses of jasmine that night, and because it was a newer oil, and I didn't go into all the rest of the oils. We didn't want to take that much time, but we had a really good participation, and it brought everybody together. So that would be like a good suggestion if you could come up with something like that.
Great suggestion, Dana. The daily Facebook Lives on the new products goes over very well usually. People are looking for it, watching for it, hoping for it, planning on it.
I think another benefit of the BOGO is the live, like you said, people who are not doing BOGO, it doesn't matter, but they are learning something, and everyone's excited about this particular oil today, and it's just another reminder for them to adopt that oil to their lifestyle. So I noticed some people that have not ordered for a while, they order and they don't want to participate in a group, but at least they're ordering and using. So I see that as a benefit too.
Absolutely. If they feel comfortable and confident reaching for those BOGOs and you knowing how to use them, then we've got lifestyles changing. So just putting out there the education is a must. Very good. Okay, so how does everybody feel about BOGO week coming up? Hopefully it will come up. We assume it will. What can you do now? What do you want to do now to prepare for BOGO week to make it a smashing success, so to speak?
I've just been telling lots of my team leaders about, you know, how important it is and how much you'll thank yourself to be prepared ahead of time, and to, you know, not get overwhelmed with all the different types of BOGO options. Pick one and rock it out and stick to it. And so it's not overcomplicated, and to just be prepared for, you know, the second or the last week of November. And if you are going to do it the way I'm doing it, to make sure that you know, have your volume mapped out and have your goal mapped out. And so then it's easier to know where you're placing the volume.
Very good. Dana, you were going to say something?
You know, I think like a little bit what Harlan was saying, to just keep it simple and take a deep breath and, you know, do the prep work and then let it go, instead of trying to grasp for things that aren't really there. That really helped me a lot with the last BOGO, and things were a lot smoother, because I feel like a couple of BOGOs ago, it was complete insanity, and I'm like, I can't do this, and I'm not asking anybody else to do it. So that's where I wasn't going to do that anymore.
Very good. Chelsea, thoughts? We're not hearing you, Chelsea. I don't see that you're muted, but turn up your volume. Let me see what's in the chat here. Oh, thank you, Sarah. I'm going to copy all this stuff for the notes. I'm sorry, Chelsea. I don't know why we can't hear you, because you're not muted. And your volume's up on your computer? Okay. All right. Dia, any thoughts, or are you still on here? Elena, anything? Okay. Jump in here if you want to say something. Go ahead, Elena.
Yeah, so I guess I'm just feeling like I would start from scratch. So I mean, those sheets would be really good to have to help people, or I guess I should reach out to some team leaders that have done it in the past, and then just hand them one of those Excel sheets that calculates things out. So is anybody willing to give one of those out? Or I guess you have to plug in depending on what the BOGO is for the day, right?
I've got Sarah's, and those will come out in the notes from this meeting. Ben, do you have yours that actually calculates? I don't have one that calculates for me. Or do you?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's jadebalden.com/BOGO.
Okay.
There's the Google, sorry, do you guys want me to show you how it works?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me share it with you.
Elena, just so you know, mine are in the chat group right now, or in like the chat bar on the side of Zoom. And all you have to do is plunk in the person's OV, and then it calculates right down to the end of the week. Like it automatically calculates for you. So you just have to go in your back office and look for their OV and plunk that in for each day. And then it will do all the calculations for you.
Okay, great. So that's for the leader to keep track of the OV. But then for the relay.
Yeah. Here's the relay one. So jadebalden.com/BOGO, you can download it, and then you would just put whatever names in here. The instructions are up here, so we could have Sarah here, Beth here, Barbie here, and Bobby, and then whatever products they are. I don't know, Breathe, and pepper, black pepper. And then you just put in the amount. So if this is 100, and this is 145, and this is 123, this is 140, that would be really expensive. Maybe 212 or something like that. It automatically calculates that. And then you know that in total there's $723 being paid out for the BOGOs between those 5 people. and the equal contribution of everybody is 144. And this is how it breaks down. Automatically calculates it all out. You just put in the products here. So like orange, and it will just automatically calculate, you know, what products that person needs.
That's awesome. So then, like Sarah, Beth, Barbie, and Bobby, they give it to one person, I guess.
Yeah, however you want to do that.
Okay, that's how much they give.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it calculates it out for you. So.
Yeah, that's really nice that you figured out the equation.
Yeah. So
please download this from Jade's page, right, Ben?
JadeBalden.com/BOGO. I put it in the chat on Zoom as well.
Got it.
It's not hard to remember. It's just JadeBalden.com/BOGO. Just put in whatever products there are, and it will tell you what, you know, what they're getting.
Very good.
And how much money to exchange. This, I think, is the thing that trips people up the most. Like, well, there's got to be someone who's in charge of the BOGO. And so everybody, like these two people would, for instance, give money to that BOGO leader. And then that BOGO leader would then divvy this out to those other two people. And then if everybody bring their products, so like last BOGO, we just had people drop all the products by our house, except for the 2 products that are theirs. So they just dropped the other 4. And then I just got paper bags like Sarah did and wrote their names on it, and just here's all those products for this person. And I just printed this sheet out at the end. Like, well, this person needs this, this, and this, and this. This person needs this, 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 and this. And that worked out really well.
I love that. I'm super excited to actually use this chart and go live on Facebook with it through Zoom and show people how easy this relay is going to be. And then people will get excited about how organized it is and not complicated.
And there's a video here about how to use the spreadsheet and how to go about, you know, oh, it has music too. That's really cool. How to fill it out and everything, and where to get it. And there's a handsome guy talking as well. Can't beat that.
I love it.
There you go. That's what we'll be doing. I was thinking, we do this every BOGO. We figure out this stuff every single time. So I'm like, okay, we're just gonna, this is the end of it. We'll just put it together and we send that out because it's the same BOGO. I think once people get the concept, then they're good. But and why what the benefits of doing the BOGO are, we don't tell people. We just say, here's why you want to do it, and here's the benefits that you're going to receive. Like last time, you know, this is a really great opportunity to, you know, get a lot of products for a great price. You've got, what did we calculate? Last time it was a savings of, it was $406 worth of products for $166. Plus up to 30% back in points. And then you got the 25% retail. What did I figured everything out. Like it was just phenomenal with everything.
I forgot to mention one thing. I'll just say it while you're thinking, Ben. When the way that I was doing mine is where I find it's really beneficial is for somebody who's new, starting out, who doesn't have a huge team that wants to do relay yet. And the reason that I suggest this is that they enroll somebody before the BOGO, say the 2nd or 3rd week, and then all of those orders go on that new enrollment order. So then that new builder is getting fast start on all of the payments coming in. And it really kind of helps them financially kind of get ahead too.
That's a good idea. Put a lot of new volume under that builder, but that if you put all that volume under that builder, other people are going to miss out on points and stuff as well. And with the points, I can't tell you how much each person saves, because like in this example, Beth actually paid out more than everybody else. So $80 more than everybody else. So she got, had to be reimbursed for that money. But she was also getting a lot more points. And so as she got product points up to the value, assuming that she's at 30%, $68 savings from the points alone. So she's getting about $400 worth of oils for $98. So everybody's going to have a different savings on what they save on points. Because if they've been in doTERRA for over 13 months, there's an additional savings they have beyond the BOGO, beyond the the 25% off, the 30 points, and the 50% off that you get with buying one getting one free. So
Ben, question.
I'm kind of weary, asking people to order things under other people's accounts. So if the people are close, then I would do that. But if it's got to be duplicatable and very easy for people to understand. Because sometimes when we talk to people about ordering something under someone else's account, it raises red flags, and toes could get stepped on. But yeah, as long as you're careful with it, it's an awesome strategy for growing your business in the areas that you need it.
Yeah, you have to always get it is a lot of extra work. I'm so excited to try this new way. I'm totally changing it this year. I'm really excited now.
It's also very easily to duplicate.
Yeah, totally. And like the way that I was doing it, like you had to make sure that everybody e-transferred you that day, because then if doTERRA does audit you for like a buy-in, you need to be able to show that you have all of the e-transfers coming in for all of those products. So you got to be organized to do it that way.
There's no administration here, Sarah. Like every team is set up of five people instead of you trying to administer your whole team, right? Yeah. They do it themselves.
They do it themselves, yeah.
Yeah,
and
I love
it. Teaching them to teach them to do it themselves, and it's teaching them to teach someone else to do it themselves. So.
Ben, question: If the teams in your experience can't set up like, oh, I want the first day, I want the second day, like, do you encourage them to just take a lottery of who goes first and like who gets the cheap day, who gets the big points day, blah, blah, blah?
You don't know beforehand. So because you don't know beforehand, it's like a lottery. Say, okay, you'll take Monday, Tuesday, and usually people just want you to decide. They're like, okay, I'm in. Just tell me what to do. And so you just say, okay, you're going to be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then you don't know beforehand which is going to be more expensive. And it doesn't matter. For most people, it doesn't matter anyways, because they know that they're going to be reimbursed and everybody's going to be buying the same, and they're going to be buying the products anyway. So
the points are just the bonus anyway. I mean,
yeah, and whoever is putting the most money in is going to be benefited with the points anyway. So if they do end up, having to give a lot up front, they're actually going to save a lot when they get their product points in at the end of the month. Make sure that everybody maintains a LRP, a template of 100 points at the end of the BOGO. And that was we had some people, they're like, I don't know, their LRP template went down for a couple months and they lost out on a lot of fast start. We now tell people there are two things you need to do to qualify for commission. One is put in the 100 PV order each month, and the other one is have a template. So that we just changed our conversation a little bit to protect from that. But the problem that we do run into, Harlan, with BOGO is when people can't get 5 people, like Sarah was saying, some people have small teams and they only can get 3 people. And then, so they just they either just run a BOGO with 3 people, and then as the products are announced, they call up and say, hey guys, do we want to do this one or not? Or they get onto our group and they say, hey guys, I have 3 people here. Anybody else want to join us? Which makes it difficult if there's people out of the area, but it's not too much for shipping sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And that can actually be calculated into if person number 4 is outside of the area and it costs $15 to ship it to them, that can be all calculated into their portion, right?
Good point. Yeah, you just add it onto their total spend, and then everybody would share in that.
Right.
Okay,
Or
I've always
people that buy for 2 days. They're like, I'll buy this day and this day. So.
I've always had the people I usually form BOGOs with people that aren't always in my state, and I've just had them pay the shipping on that, and I've been the one who's put it all together, but it does make me nervous because it's a lot of product, and I'm responsible for it,
Yeah, and if you're only
kind of the
doing
downside.
one team, it's and they're your
Yeah,
friends.
yeah.
The other thing is you can have everybody have their product shipped to you, so they don't have to then come bring them and drop them off.
Yeah, that's usually what I do is I pick them up all at will call, because I'm here in Utah, so I'll pick them up at will call, and then
will call's
and then
awesome
I'll put it together.
Have it.
Yeah, I know, I love will call.
But for those of us who are not in the same area, just instruct everybody to ship all their products to your house, and then you'll divvy it up.
Yep. Indeed.
Yeah.
I have a quick question. Maybe not quick. I hope it is. But not related to BOGOs though. So maybe you have experience in this, but I have somebody who wants to do doTERRA as a business. They're new, but they're from a different country. Like, where would you, if I were to put some time translating material, what should I just do? The doTERRA's empowered
success. Mm-hmm.
Is that what you all would suggest to keep it simple?
Are you saying that they want to do the business?
Yes.
If they want to do the business, get the empowered success. And if you're going to put in time to translate the material, I mean, we do that in Vietnamese for some members of our team. There's not any doTERRA material in Vietnamese. So we have two ways of sharing that. We have a Facebook group where we post videos or materials that we've produced in Vietnamese for people on there. And we also have a website, which is pretty easy to set up. If you guys need help setting up a website, we can do it for $3 to $4 a month and just put all the content on there. And it has an added bonus of, people finding it online and, contacting you.
So do you put like YouTube videos on there? Is that what you're doing in Vietnamese, or do you just put the materials?
There are materials, there are YouTube videos, anything we produce in that language. Because if you just put it on the Facebook group, only people of that group are going to see it. But if you put it on in fact, here, I'll bring it up for you. So if you put it on like a website here, there's all sorts of videos you can see. There's materials that people can download. And I think we also have there's a 30-day cleanse that we have produced in Vietnamese with the video and all the material that's been translated.
Oh, that's so cool.
So we're actually now working on this is a part of Jade's website, but we're actually now working on a separate website to host it because we're having a lot more information now.
Oh, so
and then we have the Facebook group.
So you would suggest having a separate website, just because when the content grows?
Yeah, if you already have a website, just start small, start simple. When the content grows and it makes sense to, for us, the way we have our website hosting set up is it doesn't cost us a penny more to have a separate website.
So could you, if you put it into a separate website, then how easy would it be to transfer that data though?
To translate or to post it?
No, to move it to the different location. Is that?
Oh, it's copy and paste. So if you have 5 pages on your website, you just copy, paste this page, copy and paste that page, copy and paste 5 times. That's how simple it is. You just have to set up the website and then copy paste.
Okay, cool.
Let me see if I can find our. We have a Spanish group and we have a Vietnamese group, Facebook group.
We also have a Portuguese one, but nothing's happening to that one much.
We have a Portuguese one. See how many things we have and we don't even know what we have.
But why wouldn't you make this a business page like the Vietnamese one? Why do you keep it as a group? Because wouldn't that attract more traffic if it was?
You know what? We have a lot of things we're doing, and we can't just do everything in our head. So right now it's just a group, and we have specific people that we've added to the group that we want to see it. If it's a Facebook page and we're posting things on that page, we could do that. We could do a page and a group. This is a public group, so people could still search for it and find it if people are looking for specific information.
Yeah.
We find that this is having a group or having a Facebook page, they're not really good finding tools. We do stumble into a person here and there, but it's all a cold audience, and you still need to, you know, warm them up, build relationships with people, have that personal connection, you know, texting back and forth between that person. So you're definitely right. We could put together a Facebook page in addition to this group, and we just have a lot of pages and a lot of groups. So we have to pick our battles.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if there's benefit to starting the page rather than having a group. So you have everything already out there. But
well, the benefit to having the group, if you're wanting to reach a certain group of people, the group is by far going to be what's helpful there.
Easier to keep track of. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's not just easy to keep track of, but it's Facebook's algorithms. If you're in a group, you have a much higher chance of, you know, seeing the content that's posted on that group. If you like or follow a page, you know, it's a lot. Facebook changed their algorithms like a year or so ago, and even the top enrollers in doTERRA, like Haley Hobson, you know, she finds people through the group. She, you know, once she knows that someone's interested, she gets them to add them to the group so that she knows that they're going to get the content that she's producing. Because if you put it on your Facebook page, you know, whereas before, you know, you might have gotten 1,000, 2,000 likes, now you get like 100 or so views.
So it's back to groups being more effective.
That's right, yeah.
That's interesting, because I was about to switch to a page rather than, but maybe I should keep it.
I think you think you need to have an interplay between both.
Yeah.
So you have a page out there and you have a group as well. Pages have the added benefit of being able to advertise. You have things that you can boost and other things you can tie to your Facebook page, like that bot I showed you earlier. That links to a page.
Oh, that doesn't go into a group? Probably
I don't know. I don't remember seeing that as an option.
Yeah, probably not. Oh, yeah.
And like Eventbrite, for instance, that guy can link to a page, but I can't link to a group. And we have a lot of Eventbrite. Like when we create a local event, we'll put it in Eventbrite, because we do find some people on Eventbrite, and that sometimes leads to enrollments. And we'll just create the event in Eventbrite, and then it's one click of a button, the event's created in Facebook. So we just have to create it one time and then click some buttons. And that only links to pages. So probably best if you're going to, you know, be finding people or be interacting is have both a group and a page.
Mm-hmm.
Just interplay them.
Yep. Use them for different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you.
Very good. All right. Is there anything else you want to discuss as we think about going into December with that frankincense promo? We're going to do a lot of the same thing. Getting the word out. And then think about what you want to do for classes.
Is there a Oils of the Bible class scheduled?
Yes, I've got one the last Wednesday in November, the Wednesday after Thanksgiving. I'm going to do that.
Okay.
Dana, are you going to have yours online, or will you do yours just in person?
I'm doing mine live tomorrow night. I debated if I could try to do it Facebook Live, but where I'm at, I'm not sure. I'll have to test it out tomorrow night and see if I can pull it off. I don't know what their Wi-Fi connection is there, if I can really get on and do anything.
Now, Dana, you split your Oils of the Bible class into 3 different segments.
I did, and I chose, since I hadn't taught it before, I chose to do the make and take from Oil Life. But I can never like do a canned class, so I've kind of reinvented it with my own stuff. So I have like a loose outline, and we'll see how that goes. I'd rather just kind of get the feel of the room and see who's there.
Very good. Very good. Does that help, Elena? I will probably do another Oils of the Bible class in December after the Empowered Life series.
So is the link this link?
Yes. Yes, it is indeed. Okay. Yeah. Elena, did you get my newsletter that went out on November 1st?
I have to check my emails.
Okay, check. So all the classes are listed there, and the one thing that has changed is Ben and Jade's Zoom link is now Benjamin's phone number because he was hacked on Zoom.
Hacked on Zoom? That doesn't sound good.
Oh, yeah. So we just put it out there, and anybody could get on our Zoom conference room at any time, and they could stay on there as long as they wanted and chat with whoever they wanted. And so I guess some guys were looking for a way to kind of connect and be on there for a long time. And yeah, we had some team members in Australia who were using it to hold their meetings, and then they got on there. There were a bunch of guys on there.
Oh gosh.
Doing stuff. So I got on there this morning and shut things down.
You didn't enroll them?
These were not the people I wanted to enroll. We'll just put it at that.
A good cleanse. Sounds like.
There are some people that you just don't want to deal with.
And that's why you were making all those noises to get the demons away.
It all makes sense. Got it.
They were just not doing some nice things on their Zoom link. So anyways, but there is a setting on your Zoom if you guys have a Zoom account. Just there's a waiting room, and then when you get on Zoom, you're able to allow people into the meeting, so people can't just pop on. It's been kind of building up. Every once in a while, we'll get someone from some foreign country on there, and we're like, who is this person? I have no idea. And then we just drop them. And usually Zoom emails you when someone new gets on, and we weren't getting those emails. And so anyways, we fixed things up, but Zoom's still pretty good to use. In fact, I'll tell you guys, I did a video on YouTube of how to set up Zoom. I did a video, how to set up and use Zoom. And it's got like 70,000 views. It's like by far my most popular video of all time. Yeah, good one.
Don't you watch that video, Debbie, for entertainment?
Yes.
It was funny, I guess. I held a Zoom conference with myself with 20 devices. It wasn't 20, but it was a lot.
Yeah, only Ben can do that, honestly.
It was funny.
It was funny. I think you Facebook messaged me on a Sabbath day, Benjamin Gordon, or Benjamin Baldwin. I think you Facebook messaged me and said, Debbie, this one's for you. And I laughed and laughed and laughed after seeing that.
Oh, really? Sabbath day breaker? Oh, well.
I don't think you made it on the Sabbath day. I think you just mentioned it.
Oh, definitely didn't.
But there's Benjamin's meeting ID there in the chat for you, Elena, with his phone number as his new meeting ID link.
And you can always go to benbalden.com or jadebalden.com. The links are always up to date and all the information.
How did you get your meeting ID to be your phone number? Can you do that on Zoom?
I was just fiddling around in Zoom today, and it said, edit your meeting ID, your meeting ID for your personal meeting. And I said, okay, I will.
Oh my gosh, I need to do that.
Yeah.
Because I can't memorize mine, so I'm like, that's cool. 7 digits. I can think of 7 digits that I could put in there. Or it's not 7 digits. It's
10.
10, yeah, 10 digits.
Oh, that's cool. I will change my meeting ID right away.
Very good.
You'll just have to update it everywhere. I had to track down 5 different places where we have it and update it everywhere. I probably forgot something, I know.
All right. I think that's all for today. Let's call it a day and get you on with with the rest of your day. Thank you, everybody, for participating. I have benefited greatly, and I hope you all feel the same way. That you've learned something today, that you can go forward implementing some new things, some new strategies, and with a lot less effort, hopefully, a lot less time consumingness. So be sure and have fun with your business. Be sure and make it joyful so that you want to get up every morning, so that you want to share doTERRA. So, all right. Love you all. Take care. Bye-bye.
Love you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Benjamin, are you going to take us out with that? Blah, blah, blah?
That's to word away the evil spirits. I'm just saying.
Okay, love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.